Hello and welcome to our Sunday meditation at the Light Institute of Goddess Deo and the Sanctuary of Light. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, we divide the meditation into 3 parts. The first part is very, very important for our daily lives, and that is the connection to our higher self. Our higher self is our own intuitive essence, our own inner voice, our own knowing. And when we ask it to take form, it allows our consciousness and our embodiment to embrace it, to recognize it as who we truly are. So we ask it to take form, we ask it to touch our bodies so that our bodies align to that higher frequency. And after we've done that, I'll make a little Om sound, and that will cue you to push this pause button on your computer or your mechanism that you're using there so that you can continue to meditate for as long as you choose. And then we'll go into the second part of our meditation, which is the exercise of light. We are beings of light, and the more light that we bring into us, the more calm we are, the more expanded is our consciousness. So we imagine that we're reaching up into the cosmos and we're drawing down a beam of white light down through the top of our head into our stomach, our solar plexus. And from there we radiate that light out. And that allows us to expand our presence. And also, as we're beaming out into the world, it allows us to have a sense that we are enacting a purpose. So we love that second Om. And then in the third part of our meditation, each week people send something that they would like us to meditate on, or we just choose something. And so this week, my higher self has suggested that we choose becoming those who can bridge the abyss. Because there's so much separation, there's so much polarity, there's so much confusion about the self and the others. And so we're going to ask for a gift or a tool from our higher selves that will allow us to be the ones who bridge the abyss between people, between nations, between anything that creates separation, so that we can begin in this way, in that kind of meditation, to naturally form a kind of oneness that happens, a relationship that allows us to be on the same side of the abyss, so to speak, or to dissolve that abyss with each other. And those are our 3 parts. If you're ready, we'll begin with our breath. Close your eyes and breathe in through your nose and breathe out very slowly through your mouth. This allows you to come into a meditative state, this exhalation. Breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And once more, feel your brain slowing down. Breathe in and breathe out and feel the joy that this time is for you. As we meditate around the world together, breathe in and exhale slowly. Good. And now, ask your higher self, your own inner voice, the intuitive essence of your soul, to take a form that would serve you, inspire and enlighten you at this moment. It could be a light or a being. It could be a tree or an animal or even an equation. Just take the first form that comes into your consciousness. And now ask your higher self to touch your body where you hold that divine essence in you. That energy. And just imagine that your higher self is touching anywhere in your body. And as it touches your body, just breathe into that touch and feel that vibration of your true self. So breathe into that point, that touch of your higher self, and And now draw your higher self into your body. Just imagine that you're pulling that into you so that you can sit in meditation as your own true self, your higher self. Om. Take a deep breath into your body and just imagine that your consciousness extends out into the cosmos where you gather a beam of brilliant cosmic white light and draw it down. Feel it coming into the top of your head, coming down through your throat, your heart, and sitting in your stomach, your solar plexus. And from there, laser that white light out. Laser it across our planet and back into the sky so that you are feeling that you are already contributing illumination to our planet and all life forms. Again, breathe in, reach up, pull that white light down. Feel it quickening this solar plexus ganglion of the seat of the emotional body and laser it out across the planet and back into the sky. And just continue to feel that coming through you and out from you so that you become a part of a cosmic flow. It's effortless. Just use it with your breath if you like. Breathe in, draw it down, exhale, and extend it out. Om. And once again, breathe deeply into your body. And now, revisiting that form that came to you today of your higher self. Ask your higher self to give you a tool that will allow you to be the bridge of all polarity, of all separation. That you can be the one that reaches out, the giver, if you will, reaches out across the abyss of separation to link up, to connect, to bring about a relationship with all that otherwise is separate. So see what that gift could be. A symbol that your higher self gives to you, an object of some kind, or a color. See what comes now from your higher self that will give you the strength and the expansion and the illumination of the one who bridges all separation. And once you have that in your mind's eye, just imagine that you draw that tool that allows you to be that being into your body. Notice what part of your body it comes in, any part. Feel it coming into you. And once it's seated in that place in your body, then imagine that it could flow through all of the trillions of cells of your body and command each cell of your body to hold that tool that will really amplify your power and your knowing to be the bridge in every way, in all ways, in your own life and in the global arena. Beautiful. Om. Again, taking a deep breath and feeling your body relax in this meditative state, in this higher consciousness, connected with your own soul energy. Open your eyes and know that even with our eyes open, we can carry these deep energies, these spiritual, divine frequencies within us and extend them out into the world. It's so easy to do. It's just a matter of consciousness. And now, in the second part of our meditation, we have what we call knowings. And people from around the world send questions every week, and we bring them forward so that we can uplift ourselves through these conversations and everyone else who is listening. Allison will read the questions we have for today. Allison?
The first question comes from Hong Kong.
From Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm. Dear Chris, do you have a simple equation for global citizenship, global cooperation, and global compassion?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I hope so. This all seems so insurmountable, but I thought you, of all global spiritual leaders, might have a simple, doable formula.
We seem to feel that it's impossible, don't we? That we could be global citizens. But what that is saying is that there is a truth, there's a cosmic truth there, that we have all come to this planet, to this home, together. All of us who are on this planet have chosen to be born at this time, and we've chosen each other. So in that truest sense of the word citizenry, we are together. We are global. We are a global spiritual family. We are a citizenry of our earth. And that means that what happens to you happens to me. So the choices that you make influence me. The choices I make influence you. So the way we practice that citizenry is that we come together. We discover that we can be compassionate. We discover that we can actually cooperate with each other. How does that happen? How can we do that? We do that when we're not afraid of each other, when we recognize each other. My higher self says that each person on this planet has incarnated here thousands of times. We know scientifically that there's no one further away than your 44th cousin. So we are connected in our genetic encoding. We are connected through our ancestry, through our many incarnations of the soul. But what happens is that as we are raised in our cultures, in our religions, in our places in the earth, we become afraid. We inherit sometimes the fear of our forefathers, of each other. When we're afraid of each other, we won't cooperate because we're afraid that the other one has more power and they will somehow take it away from us. In truth, we humans, we have all the same needs. We need for our children to be safe and to grow into a better world. We need food, we need space, we need safety. And if we realized, if you looked out in the world and saw that all those others that you might feel a different race or a different culture, they're different than you and therefore not safe for you, if you realize their profound humanity and even more so the gift of their souls to join you, that they have probably joined you in many lifetimes, you would see that you could release the fear and therefore begin to be safe, to cooperate. You could give to someone. You could allow them something without feeling that it's going to be taken away from you. And so let's do a little exercise in consciousness to clear away that ancestral fear. Even if you don't think you have it, I promise you, you do deep in the resources of your genetic encoding. When you do this kind of exercise in consciousness, it is influencing everyone else. And this is what allows us that global citizenry and that global compassion. So, very shortly, close your eyes, breathe deeply. As you exhale, ask your body where you hold fear of anyone else on this planet that blocks you from feeling that they are a part of you and you are a part of them. You might see someone from a different religion, a whole group of people, and then ask your body where it holds the fear, that residue of fear that may be coming from times past. Bring your conscious awareness into that place in your body and ask it what frequency of light, what color it needs to be released so that you do not have to carry any primordial fear of anyone else. And therefore you can embrace them, you can cooperate with them, you can even know that you are them. Whatever color comes to you, draw that, laser it into that place that's holding some residue of fear, and wash away that fear with light. Just dissolve it away. You don't have to carry it. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve our global family of humanity. The second part of this meditation, of this conversation, is, again, how do we have empathy and compassion for others? The way we do that, again, is to, as the Native American would say, walk in their moccasins, to feel what their life is about. There is so much suffering on the planet today that it's easy to imagine how it is for someone who sleeps in the cold, for someone who's lost their family. So, again, look inside and ask your higher self to show you, because sometimes we, in our outer consciousness, don't feel that this could be true, but it is. Ask your higher self to show you any group of people, religion, race, culture, that you're a little bit hesitant towards. And just allow anyone to come into your mind's eye. And now, ask of them what frequency of light they need from you so that you can share this world, so that you can recognize each other, so that they can show you who they are, they can show you their hearts. See who it is, ask them what color they need from you. Reach up into the cosmos and draw exactly that color, down from the cosmos, down through the top of your head, into your solar plexus, and from there laser that color to them. So that as you're extending the color they're choosing, you are opening your heart to them, and as they receive that color, they can show you who they are, so that you could be friends, so that you could recognize each other, and the sameness of all of our needs and dreams and necessities. So feel that, extending out that color, feel them responding. Imagine that they now show you themselves, and you can feel a linking up. And take a deep breath into your body and open your eyes. So it's what we extend out that makes the difference. We can't wait for someone to include us. We can be the initiators. That's as simple as it is, to recognize that we are global beings, that we are interdependent with everyone else, and therefore it's much easier for us to reach out and to offer something, especially if it's light, because light opens the heart and opens the consciousness. Thank you for that. May we all practice that dual exercise again and again and again, so that we really sense that we are a global family. Allison, what is the second question?
The second question is from Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
Hello, Chris. Why is it that energetic clearing or physical cleansing can sometimes create a brief emotional backlash that really stings? And how can we prevent this?
First of all, what you're saying is so important that many times we don't consider, and that is that if we are working on cosmic or conscious levels where we're working with energy, we recognize the energy that moves back and forth within us and around us, and then maybe you're taking a liver flush, or you're taking herbs, or you're doing something to clean your physical body. Each of those two create a shift in your energy. They change who you are. And when there's a change of who we are, it stimulates our emotional body. because our emotional body wants everything to stay the same so that it can recognize itself. And once we begin to have more light or more consciousness, it can create that little flyback. Wait a minute. Let me just be who I am. Let me just keep everything the same. And so we emotionally might feel tired. Again, when we change energy, we're moving energy. And our body may be saying to us, just sleep. Because when we sleep, we heal. And so we want to listen to our bodies on all octaves. The important aspect of this sort of emotional, I feel depressed, I feel sad. Sadness is one that comes up a lot when we start clearing energetically or physically. And that's because sadness is something that's stuck inside our cells. We often feel that somehow if we're sad, then we're more true. Instead of if we were happy, we might be more true to the potential of what it is to be human. And so if you're doing something and for a moment there is this little, now I feel sad or I feel tired or I feel angry that's coming up that you never even realized was in you, what you want to do is just see that it's something that's passing, that you are releasing the sadness, you're releasing the anger, you're releasing the emotions. At the Light Institute, we call that the paper tiger. It means that you quicken, and then the emotional body tries to slow you back down so that it can say, well, this is who I am. I'm the one who's sad. I'm the one who is the victim. And of course, we have to go on. And so there's a little lag there. If you're aware that these are laws of energy, of potential possibilities, then when you have those little setbacks, you can just smile to yourself and say, the paper tiger, emotional body, it's okay. Because your emotional body is a conscious entity. It thinks just like your mind thinks, your mind body thinks. It just thinks, it doesn't think rationally. It thinks in a different way. Thinks through association and conclusion. So we have to educate our emotional body. And we can do that by just continuing that upward spiral of who we are and bringing more light in. It's a wonderful thing, as we've been doing in these other exercises, asking your body, where am I holding that sadness right now? Where am I holding that anger that came up or that tiredness? And just give light to your body. And that will shift you. It's really that simple. But don't be afraid of that and don't hide from it. Just say, there's that. I will fix it. I will give it what it needs to be released and resolved. We have that power and we need it at this time on our planet. Thank you. Allison.
The last question comes from Rhode Island in the
Rhode
USA.
In the
Rhode
US.
Island. Dear Chris, thank you for your gift of global echelon yesterday. I loved how you said the way forward is about our consciousness and awareness. Will you please talk more about this? I wanted your video to never end.
Well, thank you. Indeed, and I want that video to go out to billions of people because my higher self presented that video talking about the way forward. And we are at that crossroads on a global level, on an individual level, on every level, on a human level right now, where the darkness of the past, the limitation of the past, even that limitation of our own parents or parents' parents may not fit into the expansion that is available for us at this time. And so the way forward is simply embraced by our consciousness. We must be able to release these energies that we have inherited. I wrote a book called Psychogenetics, The Force of Heredity. And some of that is stuck within us that we're not even aware of. And it's really amazing to contemplate that we could change the past. We change the past by directing energy towards it and dissolving it away. releasing the content or the stuckness or the thought forms and conclusions and the experiences of the past. My higher self says that our genetic encoding is really a genetic habit that has come from the experiences of those who came before. So if, for example, you want to feel that you could be a way shower, that you want to go forward and live in a different way, then you are free to do that, but you don't want to carry the albatross of everybody else's lifetimes with you. That's why we do incarnational work at the Light Institute, is to release that bondage, those contracts and vows that hold us. And so the way forward is really simply the way inward. If you will expand your consciousness so that the conclusions that you have, or the limitation, you say it has to be this way, or only that could happen. If you begin to, in your meditation, and by the way, life is meditation. Meditation is life. You can meditate while you're doing anything. It's simply, I am meditating. And allow that expansion of your consciousness to occur. Then it becomes easy for you to go forward, because there's nothing tethering you in the back. When I'm giving consultations, we do this by looking at memories in this lifetime. And whether they're positive memories or negative memories, we release them because they tether us to who we were, to something that squeezes us. And when we release them, we are freeing the energy. It goes out, as you've heard me say many times, and then the energy comes back, and that becomes an impetus that gives us that desire to go forward, that power and that courage to open into the way forward. And we are going right now, we're getting what I call the cosmic boot right now, which says, look around. What are we living individually and collectively now that doesn't serve our future? We can release it through the power of consciousness by saying, not that. And by the same token, we could begin to envision. So often it's easy for us to say what we don't want, but it's hard for us to envision, to imagine what we do want. And that is part of the key of expanded consciousness, is if we just simply say, higher self, show me a possibility. Just bring it. And then suddenly you begin to fantasize something, you begin to realize that something is possible for you, and that takes you forward. That's the way forward, is to expand your consciousness and begin to gather up potential, and let that potential begin to root inside you, so that without effort, without too much chatter of the mind, there is a knowing. And that's what we're doing here today, is embracing our knowing that we are, each and all of us, in fact, because each of you are the apex of your pyramid. We are the seeds, we are the point of light, we are the entrance, we are the ones who create that way forward. So find it inside yourself and allow it, and we will all be grateful, and we will find it inside ourselves as well. Great love to each and all of you.